So with the popularity of Dragon Ball Super exploding lately, apparently Shueisha sees the worth of Dragon Ball and the franchise, and they're actually dedicating an entire department to just Dragon Ball. And even, I'm guessing because of the popularity of Dragon Ball exploding so much, Toriyama came out and had something to say as well. And it's just insane to see how popular Dragon Ball has become. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's always been popular, but this popularity that it's obtained once again is close to what it used to be back in the day. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that it surpassed it or is equal to it, because it was beating out The Simpsons in ratings back in the day. Let's not get it twisted, but to see the level of popularity to the point that now it's even getting its own department, that's insane, because you got to think for a second, like, they have, you know, just a big branch or whatever, but then on top of that, like, no, Dragon Ball's so big, let's give it its own department. And something I noticed real quick I wanted to talk about in this video is, I noticed that Dragon Ball's revival, in a sense, with Super at the very least, came on the heels of Naruto ending, and I doubt that that's like a real big connection, but hear me out real quick. Naruto was pretty much the poster child for Shonen Jump in the West at that particular point, you know, and even to a certain degree till this day, Naruto was the most popular thing that Shonen Jump had in the West. Like, a lot of its sales and stuff like that, as far as, like, you know, games and merchandise, was from the West. Don't get me wrong, it's, you know, huge in Japan as well, but in the West, people just, you know, the video game sold amazing and all that stuff, and, you know, it does really well. But upon its finish, it was basically like maybe half a year into the following year that Dragon Ball Super came out, and I'm kind of curious if that had anything to do with that. That's just my own speculation. I want to know what you guys think about that. Do you think that they came back with Dragon Ball Super, this anime and stuff like that, in an attempt to kind of continue having some sort of big fan base in the West for anime? But let's read the article. Japanese publisher Shueisha announced during a new publication project presentation in Tokyo on Wednesday that it had created a new department called the Dragon Ball Room in June that focuses specifically on Akira Toriyama's Dragon Ball property. Akio Iyoku, the editor-in-chief of Shueisha's V-Jump magazine, where Toriyama and Toyotaro's Dragon Ball Super manga is currently serialized, is heading the new department. So yeah, Shueisha ain't playing around. They know that there's big money with this. The department is working to provide new ideas for content for Dragon Ball and to optimize and expand the brand. Iyoku commented that the department is only thinking about Dragon Ball, meaning it's basically thinking of, hey, we can have Dragon Ball slippers, Dragon Ball t-shirts, Dragon Ball condoms, like, yo, you can Naimo with your dick now. Dragon Ball creator Akira Toriyama commented on the new department, saying that the team was one he could put his trust in. He joked, "It's really great that I don't have to do anything now." Good old Toriyama. This man never ceases to amaze me how much he really doesn't want to do shit, and he's like, hey, there's a team now, I really don't gotta work, yay. But yeah, it's crazy to see that Dragon Ball once again has gained such an amount of popularity that they had to dedicate an entire staff, and even Toriyama had to comment on it as well. It's like, I love the fact that Dragon Ball is humongous right now again, and it just really gives a nice mix of like having a bit of my childhood back, and at the same time as an adult I could look at Dragon Ball as a franchise from a different perspective. But let me know what you guys think. First of all, what do you think about this new department being created? Do you think that that's a possibility of an indication that Super is going to go for a long time to come? Because if they're building this department, that means that they want to continue making a lot of Dragon Ball this and that, of course the video games and merchandise, but maybe it can mean that Super is going to continue to go because of the popularity exploding with Dragon Ball right now. Like, why would you kill it off if right now it's at its height? And going back to my question earlier, do you think that there's a possibility, the reason, one of the main reasons why Super was created to begin with was the fact that they were like, yo, one of our biggest hitters in the West, the biggest hitter in the West at the moment is gone with Naruto. We need to get something to get those fans and once again keep going. Let's throw Dragon Ball back. Any overall thoughts of this? But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.